What's up, y'all? Welcome to the On the Come Up podcast, where creative entrepreneurs share their come up journeys that turn their passions into success. I'm your host, Kimberly, so let's get started. What is up, guys? We are back with another episode. Today we are here with Beysul. Hi. Beysul is a singer-songwriter. Yes?
Yes, I am.
So thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for driving 3 hours. I had no idea she lived that far.
I'm always traveling. It's okay.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I would have gone somewhere. So where do you live?
So I live in Coppers Cove right now, which is kind of perfect because it's halfway between Austin, Waco, Dallas, Houston. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. And so that's central?
It's near Fort Hood Base, that area. So I recently moved just a few years ago with my family. And then we just kind of stayed in that area, and we bought a house there. But everybody thinks I'm from Austin because I work from Austin a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why I thought, when I was looking through your Instagram profile, I don't know why I saw a big building. I was like, oh, she must be in Dallas.
I grew up in Dallas,
I had no idea you were not local to Dallas-Fort Worth. But thank you so much for coming out here.
Of course.
So I wanted to ask, what sparked your love for music, and when did you realize it was something you wanted to pursue?
I think I've always enjoyed it growing up, 3, 4 years old, just little kids singing, always dancing. My family always played music when I was younger. And then whenever I was in school, I was in choir, and I would just sing. I would just do stuff for the plot, I guess, at a young age. And then I would just get solos, and then I would just keep getting awards and stuff. And I wouldn't necessarily say, I knew I wanted to be a career. I didn't even know it could really be a career. It was just something that I enjoyed, and I was just kind of following that path. But I'll say when I was 15, 16 is whenever I was actually more interested in creating my own music, because I was just singing opera, choir, classically trained theater and all that. And I think once I was they say that you get creativity from boredom. So I was in a dark place in my life, didn't have many interests and stuff. I was kind of losing interest in music, but I was using writing as coping, and then I was naturally just creating songs and poems, and then my dad is the one that actually encouraged me to start making my own songs. So my first song I ever did was on my phone, on GarageBand, on my iPhone, and then I did some YouTube covers and stuff, and I'd say 16 is whenever I started to get a little more serious about it.
How do you approach your songwriting? Do you write from personal experiences, or is it just from imagination?
So a lot of the stuff that's going on in my real life I'll write about. I kind of make it sound better than I would talk about it. You know what I mean? You make it sound more poetic. But what I like to do for fun, I'll try to explain it the best way that I can. I'll find a song, let's say any song that you like. Right now my favorite song is Latina Forever. So I would play the music, and then I would kind of just sing over it. So I kind of get the inspiration from their melodies and stuff, and I can listen to it and sing over it, if it was my verse or part, and I just create it my own. Once you go in the studio, I'm like, hey, this is the song, can you make a beat like that? And then we'll just record it.
So what stories or emotions are you trying to express through your music?
I'll say...
Oh, sorry, that word's can't say you said that it sounds pretty or poetic.
Yeah. I'll say recently I had a project with Jamal Anderson from Austin. That one was called Don't Take It Personal, and that was just a time in my life where I was really focusing on myself, because I had given a lot of people chances in coming into music. I don't really know many people, so I was kind of building those relationships, artists, producers, photographers, videographers, and it was just kind of me trying to tell people, don't take it personal. Right now I'm focusing on myself. I've helped a lot of people, but right now I just really need to find out who I am and what direction I want to take myself, because you can kind of get lost in it. You have so many opinions coming out on the outside. So I just wanted to be able to do something that I felt the most passionate about, and I wanted to take more creative control. So I kind of put that into that project that I did with Jamal.
Tell me the story behind your latest single, Live Again.
Live Again? You heard it?
So yes, I was listening to it because I like to do my little research before I interview my guests, and I was listening to it, and I was like, wow, she really sounds good. I was like, she has a nice voice.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because, like, I was listening to it on my phone, and then the next day I plugged in my phone in my car, and it started playing again. And I was just like, oh, how ironic, right? I was like, I'm going to be seeing her tomorrow.
Oh, I love that. That makes me really happy to hear it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Live Again, I had done that song with Clef God, San Antonio, shout out. Live Again, so Clef and I's process, we'll go into the studio and either I'll show him a few songs that I liked and, he'll recreate it, or we could do something from scratch. I think I did give him a few song samples, and then he makes the beat first. He made it, and then while he's doing his part, I am writing. So I kind of write on the spot. I wouldn't say I freestyle, but I kind of jot everything on my notes, and I can write pretty quickly with him because there's just a lot of synergy. He's very creative, very talented. But in that moment, whenever I went into the studio, Live Again, that whole project that I did with him too, we have 5 songs, but all of it is kind of like an internal dialogue that I was having, fighting depression and anxiety, just trying to really prove to myself that I can live again, and I was kind of reinventing myself. So it's kind of talking about how you do have to relearn things, get out of that bad cycle and mindset, and relearn how to be healthy, how to be happy, and you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of work, a lot of self-love, and a lot of self-work that was going on at the time. So that's what kind of inspired that song.
How often do you write the songs and until they become released? Is it after a while? Do they sit there? Is it a process?
It varies. So if it's a project that I'm working on with another producer, we'll kind of hold it all in the vault until it's all ready. I think it was probably like a year, honestly, also because, I travel a lot, so it's kind of hard to coordinate sessions. It can take or it can be like with Jamal. I think one time we did a single, and I was like, okay, perfect, I'm coming back next week, mix and master, and it's out really quickly. So I think it just depends on each song, if it's a project or a single. But I will say I have a lot more songs in the vault. And I'm really embarrassed to say that. And I have so many people telling me, and I know it's everyone's pet peeve, is to like just release the song. And I know for me, it's not that like, oh, I'm a perfectionist, but on my side of it, it's the fact that I need to have content and stuff to promote it, back it up. So like, if I'm thinking like that, I don't want to release it yet because I want to be more consistent and have a bunch of stuff behind it. So that's my flaw. That's my fault. I do own up to that. I know I need to be better.
I understand that 100%. It comes with, a new song comes with marketing. Unless you're like Justin Bieber and drops an album and doesn't say anything.
Oh my God, I know. He's like, bam, there you go. 1 week later.
Right. But yeah, I can totally understand that. But I guess it's a lot of patience too, like to wait a year to drop a song. Like right when I recorded podcast episode, I want to drop it already, but I was like, okay, I obviously have to wait for the date to release it. So that's interesting to me. I was wondering how that worked.
I think that's the importance of having a team though behind all that to kind of help you, like with the release, the pre, during, and post release. For sure, you need a team. So
you mentioned, not now, but I've seen before that you're also a surgical tech. So do your coworkers know that you're a music artist?
Some of them do. I think they get surprised when they follow me on social media, or like you pop up as like a friend request and they're like, hey, like, is this you? And I was like, oh yeah, that's me. Especially because like, I guess at work, you have your professional setting and then like your other persona that you have going on. They're like, oh, like I would expect you to be like so shy and quiet, and then we see you online and you're a completely different person. I bet you probably get that too,
I get the exact same thing, yeah. People are like, I didn't think you would have a podcast. I was like, why? They're like, you don't talk. And I was like, not to you. Just kidding. But
you don't know all of me.
I'm shy when it comes to like the whole 9 to 5 thing, But when I'm doing what I honestly love, it's like, it's a different person.
Right. There's different sides to you.
Right. What keeps you grounded when juggling the surgical tech part of life and Beysul, the songwriter?
I would say for sure you have to put yourself in different roles at different times. Like, we have many faces, you have your online personality, you have, you're different with your friends, with your family. And I think reminding yourself, like, who you truly are before everything at the end of the day, like, you want to be a strong woman, an honest woman, and I just want to be able to look back at my younger self most of all and just make her proud. I want to be someone that I could have looked up to when I was younger as well. Just knowing that I really did start from like nothing. Like I'm going into this every day is an experience still. I'm still learning my hard lessons. I still, so much money and time invested into this. But, like they say, it's all a part of the learning process. And, now I can kind of navigate it a little bit better. I think, with all that experience. But it just keeps me grounded knowing that it started off as a vision, as a dream, and now I'm actually living it and it is becoming my reality.
Who's your inspiration?
My inspiration, I would definitely say Sevdaliza, 070 Shake, and Ray. Those are like my 3 top female artists that I love and look up to.
Honestly, and I've never heard a single one of them.
Oh my gosh, I have to show you after.
Really?
Yes, I love them.
Are they Latin or are they pop?
I'd say a little more pop, alternative. I just have to show you. They do a little bit of everything. Sevdaliza, when I was younger, I found her out, and she also produces her own music. I think they all dabble in production as well. So they do the full, whole, everything, dancing, singing, producing. And I think I just really love them because they're just, strong female artists. And to me, I think they're very different. I think they stand out. They don't fit in, a certain box. So I can't really say, what kind of genre, but I'll say, pop.
Are you more, is your genre more pop, or are you trying to venture out and do whatever feels?
I would categorize it as pop-R&B, for sure. I kind of do a little bit of everything. Like recently, my new single that's coming out soon, I do Spanish. That was an interpolation of Como Estás Tú. And then right now, honestly, I'm getting more into house music, rave music. I really want to do a festival. That is my dream, is just to perform at a big festival.
You speak fluent Spanish?
Not fluent, unfortunately. I can understand a little. Growing up, my parents and everybody around me spoke it and they understand it, but I just never learned. In school you have school, but I could kind of understand.
So would you be able to dig into the Spanish?
Oh yeah, Latin? If you give me my lines, I can play the role. Yeah. I know, a Selena moment, I could do that for sure. Because in choir, we sang probably 20 different languages. I couldn't tell you what we were singing, but I learned it's kind of the actor side of it. You have to kind of play the role.
So when you're writing those songs, is it you have come up with the lyrics first and then the beat? Yeah.
That's what I do, or sometimes the beat comes first and then you get inspiration from that. So I guess it really does depend on the day.
Yeah. What do you hope listeners feel or take away after hearing your music?
I just want people to feel good. I want it to be something that they hear, and like you were saying, a lot of people, when they listen to my music, they assume I'm already made it big. And then they see me and they're like, oh, I didn't know she was local, or I didn't know she didn't have that many followers, really. But I think the music and the songs speak for themselves. I do try to make everything more relatable. I'm not shy to say, I do have a full-time job, I am a wife, I'm a daughter, and a bunny mom. I play a lot of roles, and I want to make it realistic so I could show people that you really can do it too. I understand putting on a persona of a pop star, making and looking yourself you're the it girl. And I respect that, but that's not really me. I'm more chill. I'm more okay, I'm gonna give it to you as it is. I'm gonna tell you I have been scammed. I'm gonna tell you, certain people or certain producers don't give you the product that they promise you and all that. So I just want to look out for people, especially newer artists that are trying to get into this.
Yeah, that's why I had to ask about, because you mentioned, in your social media that you were also a surgical tech, and I was like, oh, I like that you weren't afraid to show that side of you, right? For me, because I don't talk about my day job, if people listen to the podcast, they'll know, but other than that,
you gotta keep it separate sometimes.
Yeah, I just push it under the rug, and then I don't know, but that kind of inspired me, that you weren't afraid to show that. So that's why I had to ask. I was like, okay, do your coworkers know, Yeah. And so I like that. I love still, that's why I do this, because I love being inspired. And
of course. So. That's what I say. My biggest line is, you got to do what you have to do to live, to do what you want to do.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not afraid. I worked hard. I went to school, I love my job. I really do love healthcare and my job. And, that's just kind of, like I said, I want to inspire other people to, just go for it. You don't have to, be afraid, especially because this does take a lot of money. It has to come from somewhere. And I just want people to be be able to have a plan, be stable. Don't just, a lot of people will sacrifice financially, to try to do this. And I'm like, you don't have to. Like, please don't, really. Like, at the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself, because this is something that is always going to be here. So take care of yourself first, everything.
Right. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
The best piece of advice? My dad says this all the time, so it's the first thing that came up to my mind. He always tells me to breathe. Just breathe. Like right now, I feel like I can yap all the time, and I don't really slow down enough and take time to like live in the moment. I feel like life happens so fast. So every now and then, because he tells me just about once a week, he's like, breathe, Beyonce, you got this. Just chill out, be yourself.
To breathe.
I know.
Take it in, take a moment, Okay, so we're going to play a little this or that singer-songwriter edition.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, lyrics first or melody first?
I'll say melody. Melody.
Pen, paper, or phone notes?
I do phone notes. I can type faster than I can write, so.
Black and white or colorful visuals?
Colorful.
And studio session or a live performance?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to say a studio session. Those are, nothing can beat that feeling.
Yeah, is that like the favorite part? Is that your favorite part about
for sure.
being a songwriter? For
sure. I mean, I can't really explain it. I mean, if you come to a session, you can feel it. It's just the energy. Whenever you guys are both in tune and synchronized, and you can really see the vision once it's all coming together, because I have my part, they have their part, and then coming together, it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I was always like interested. I'm so intrigued to see how that would work.
You have to come to a session. I need to get one up here. So
I always tell them, I was like, man, I wish I could sing, but I was like, that takes so much work.
Girl, everybody could sing with the right producer. I'm so serious.
I don't
you just need the right producer. I believe in you. I'm so serious.
How did you like find out that you knew how to sing?
If I'm being honest, I feel like I'm my worst critic, so I don't even like to say like that I can't sing. I just know that I enjoy it, and then I think the biggest part of it was I was in choir for 12 years, so you can kind of tell what's off and what's right in that sense, like music theory wise. So I don't even want to say, I'm not even trying to be humble. Like, I'm being honest, I don't have the best gauge of my own voice because I hear it so often. But, I just kind of have to get the opinion of others. And if the producer's feeling it and everyone's like, oh, that's good, I'm like, okay, then maybe it is good. Let's see.
And I think, like, we also don't hear how we sound.
Right.
When we're talking, like, I feel like we also sound different to others.
I know. Like, don't think about it too hard right now. Let me not overthink it.
Right. Well, Beysul, thank you so much for coming on here. And let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on all streaming platforms at Beysul, Beysul, or you can search up Beyonce Sullivan. That's my real name, government name. You can find me that way too.
What made you not go by, like, your real name?
I mean, we only think of one person when we think of Beyonce.
That's what I thought.
It's becoming more popular, though. There's a lot of girls that are being named Beyonce. But I just got my first and my last name, and I was like, Beysul. It could be like Beysul, bass in my soul. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I got bass in my soul. I love bass.
So that's how you thought about it.
It's just like a play on words. It's like a couple things.
I was wondering. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, good to know. Well, thank you so much. You guys, don't forget to subscribe, like. We also just launched a website on the comeup /pod.com. So check us out there, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks.